Yeah. Can't really say anything sad. A little disappointed about the first two sets on our part. Minnesota played a great match. They were aggressive from point one on, and we were just kind of a little detached from each other and from the game in those first two sets. So I think that, but really happy the way our team came back in the third set, competed, played volleyball. I think that's an example of how we played all season long. So disappointing first two sets, but not a disappointment on the whole. Definitely not a disappointment on the whole season. These players have done a ton. We've accomplished a lot. They've worked really hard, and I know they really wanted this one. But Minnesota's a good team. I'm at home. They're going to be tough, and we're going to have to play a little bit better than we did in this first two sets.
Questions for the student athletes?
Bryn, what changed in that third set? Like you said, maybe a little out of whack the first couple. What changed in the third set for him?
It just kind of really set in for us, for me personally, and just kind of nothing to lose in that third set and just go after it, keep being aggressive, and it worked. It kept working.
When you guys got out to the court today, did it feel any different than last year or prior years, whatever? Did you feel more confident, more comfortable, or did that not come maybe till later, maybe till that third set?
I definitely think there were some things that we just struggled with in the beginning. Maybe we just weren't ready, big atmosphere again, but definitely third set we were ready to do what we needed to do, and it just didn't come out with a W, but I think we still played together and had some fun.
The first couple times you played them in the tournament, they won in three. I mean, how important would it have been to get a win in that third set and kind of see what happens from there?
I think it definitely would have been important. I mean, anytime you can get a win from any kind of school, any big school, it's important. I think it definitely would have given us a lot more confidence going in, possibly the fourth set, fifth set, if that would have happened. But I guess, things happen for a reason. We played the best we could, and that's all I can ask.
Coach told me before the match that she thought maybe demeanor was going to be really big. How did you guys feel your demeanor was out there to start the match and kind of carrying on your attitude, your demeanor?
I think we kind of held up in the first two, but then we actually came together after the third one and really, I think our attitude changed a lot after the second set, and we actually came out and played together and played a lot better.
Anything else for the student athletes? You two are excused. Questions for Coach?
Yeah, I guess you talked.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess you talked about kind of being a little disappointed in the first two sets. You didn't come out. I mean, were you surprised, being you kind of been a lot of these players have been in this atmosphere before, that you weren't kind of ready in those first couple sets, or didn't come out as like you said, attached as you'd like to?
Yeah, definitely. I think it wasn't an awe thing. It wasn't a kind of just happy to be here thing. So it was a new taste for us. I think when players and a group of individuals want something so badly that sometimes it's hard to make it happen. And that's one thing where that definitely wasn't a fault on them, because they just needed to work together a little bit more to accomplish that. And I think we had some individuals that were trying. They try to do something on their own and try to almost do too much on their own versus kind of coming together to do things. There's some very talented hitters that we're not going to stop one-on-one. Occasionally we'll come up with a big play there one-on-one, but it's going to be a team defensive effort to stop that. I mean, they're a great offensive team. I think so. A little surprised by that, because it's not how we started against a lot of opponents in a long time. And so that was our kind of early season is how we started. So I think that was surprised by that. But I was really happy with the way they turned around in that third set and fought, and that big win in that third set would have made a huge difference for us.
Terry, what did you think about the demeanor? Did you feel like you got a good vibe from the girls early on? I mean, what did you kind of feel like when we talked before the game about the demeanor?
Yeah, I mean, early on, I think it was good. Warm-ups were good for them. I think that almost kind of makes me not necessarily a little nervous, but when everything's going well in warm-ups and everyone's kind of clicking and gelling there, it's almost like, okay, they start to realize things, and then as soon as the match starts, we almost just sit back a little bit and not necessarily don't play or finish plays, but they kind of just almost are just watching, like I said, and that's where we're just a little disconnected of, we're playing some great volleyball, making some great plays, but all of a sudden it was that play, and then all of a sudden for a couple, we're just kind of had the best seats in the house watching them play for a little bit, you know, and you're not going to win out there on that. And that's nothing against them. It's just those game processing, things like that. And, you know, we said that we're going to have to work a little bit harder together to make plays and talk people through things to make sure that we're engaged in the right part of the game and not just kind of out there taking it all in. And like I said, when you really want something as bad as these girls have wanted it and worked as hard as they have all season and all in the off season and stuff like that, that's kind of a big thing to swallow, especially when it's all out there on the court.